Have you ever woken up at exactly 3 a.m. for no reason at all and felt like something was watching you? Most people brush it off. Sleep paralysis, a dream, maybe a creaky house. But in Southeast Asia, there's a name for what might be visiting you. And if your money has gone missing lately, it might already be too late. In the dense humidity of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, there's an old story that has been whispered for generations. It's not talked about openly, especially not by adults. But if you grew up in the region, chances are your grandmother has warned you. Don't leave money out in the open, or the Toyol will come. A Toyol, in local folklore, is a tiny greenish creature, part spirit, part child, and entirely unnatural. It's said to be the reanimated soul of a stillborn baby, bound by dark magic to serve its master. People don't see Toyols, they feel their effects. Little things, bills disappearing, unexplained scratches, the strange feeling that something tiny is moving just out of sight. It's always blamed on forgetfulness, until one night you see it. This happened in 1995 in a rundown apartment on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur. The man who lived there, let's call him Darren, was in his early 20s, fresh out of university. He and his girlfriend, Lin, were trying to build a life on a shoestring budget. The apartment was cheap, too cheap. But in a city like KL, you take what you can get. At first, everything seemed normal. The building was old, yes, but quiet. Darren and Lin liked it that way. 3 weeks in, strange things began happening. It started small. One evening, Darren opened his wallet to order dinner and realized he was missing 50 ringgit, about $10. He thought maybe he spent it and forgot. But the next day, Lin said the same thing had happened to her. 20 ringgit, gone. Then it happened again. And again. They checked everywhere, drawers, laundry baskets, even under the bed. It made no sense. Coins were untouched, only paper money vanished. Neatly, silently. They tried brushing it off. Maybe they were just bad with money, but both of them felt the creeping unease of something wrong. Then came the night that changed everything. It was just past 3 a.m. when Darren shot awake. There was a sound, barely audible, like crinkling plastic. He lay still, heart thumping. The noise was coming from the living room. He slowly got up, stepped onto the cold tile floor, and crept toward the sound. As he rounded the kitchen corner, he flipped on the light, just in time to see something crouched in front of the TV cabinet. It was tiny, no taller than a toddler. Its skin shimmered a pale green, like something wet. Its back looked like that of a small baby, but its arms and legs were elongated and wiry, like a spider monkey. It held Darren's wallet in its clawed hands, thin, sharp fingers pulling out banknotes one by one. And then it turned. Its face was not human. The eyes were bulbous, frog-like, too big for its head. And its mouth, too wide, was curled into an eerie smile, stretched across its face. Between its teeth was a raw egg. Darren stood frozen, paralyzed by fear. The creature tilted its head, still smiling. Then, in one unnatural motion, it ducked and disappeared beneath the couch. Darren lunged after it, lifted the furniture. Nothing. The apartment was empty. The next morning, Darren tore the place apart. Behind the curtain in the corner, hidden between the wall and a dusty cabinet, he found something. A small altar. A cracked ceramic jar sat in the center, filled with eggshells and burnt red paper inscribed with unfamiliar black symbols. Darren took photos and sent them to the landlord. At first, the man denied everything. But when Darren sent the picture of the jar, there was a long pause. Then the landlord replied, "The last tenant was a bomo, a black magic practitioner, said he needed help around the house. but he eventually lost his mind. Darren didn't ask for more. That same night, he and Lin Lin packed up and left. They didn't even wait until sunrise. They moved in with Lin Lin's older sister. The air felt clearer, normal, for 2 nights. Then, on the 3rd night, again at 3 a.m., Darren woke up. This time he heard knocking. 3 slow, deliberate taps against the window. Their room was on the 2nd floor. He got up, heart pounding, and pulled back the curtain. Outside, standing on the narrow balcony railing, was the same creature. Green skin, oversized eyes, still holding the same egg between its teeth. It smiled, and then, without a sound, it jumped and vanished into the night. The next morning, Darren opened the front door to grab breakfast. There, on the welcome mat, was a red envelope. Inside were 3 50-ringgit notes. Same creases, same corners bent the way Darren folds his bills. He didn't touch them. He burned the envelope with incense. That night, Darren stayed up researching. He read through pages and forums about Malaysian folklore. And then he found it. If a Toyol forms an emotional attachment to you, it will follow you until it finds a new master. Darren still wakes up at 3 a.m. every single night. He tells himself it's paranoia, a habit. But some nights, he swears he hears faint rustling in the hallway. The story of the Toyol isn't unique to one family. Across Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand, there are countless versions. Some say Toyols are bound using strands of hair and drops of blood. Others believe they're controlled with offerings, milk, coins, raw eggs. Many say, once released, they can no longer be controlled. One particularly chilling story tells of a woman in Penang who brought a Toyol to help her win lottery numbers. Within weeks, she lost her job, her family, and eventually, her sanity. The creature, it's said, only takes, never gives. There are no news articles about Darren's story, no photos of the creature, no police reports. But online, hundreds of threads, people claiming the same things: missing money, eerie green shadows, the 3 a.m. wake-ups. Some skeptics say it's sleep paralysis. Others blame rats or financial stress. But for those who've seen it, there's no doubt. Something very old and very real is still crawling in the shadows of Southeast Asia. The Toyol might just be a story, a tale born from poverty, fear, and the desperation to gain control. But the idea of something small and silent, stealing from you at night, it speaks to a deeper fear. The fear of being watched, the fear of unseen consequences from actions you didn't take, and the fear that, sometimes, you bring the darkness with you when you leave. So, would you stay in that apartment? Let me know in the comments. And if you've ever woken up at 3 a.m. and felt like something was at your window, you're not alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more true creepy tales. Until next time, keep your money safe. And whatever you do, don't answer the knock.